Alright, hey guys, today we're going to tie golden stonefly. So we're going to start with this TMC 5263 size 10 hook and a golden stonefly head from Nymph Head Evolutions, Flymen Fishing Company. These things are awesome, been using them for a long time. And some Danville's 210 wax thread here. I'm going to tie that back to the bend of the hook. The first thing we're going to tie in is going to be a wire, and this wire is going to give our body a segment later on. Tie it back all the way back to the bend there. Get that to hold still. And then we're going to start tapering our body forward using dubbing. So I've just got any generic black dubbing. This is actually just super fine dry fly dubbing that I'm throwing on here. I'm going to start building that body forward. Get a nice taper to it. I'm going to stop about 3/4 the way up the hook shank. It's a good spot for the abdomen thorax connection there. Now, once I get to that point, I'm going to throw on some goose buyouts. This is where it gets a little bit difficult. Goose buyouts are kind of a pain in the butt to work with sometimes. I'm going to take 3 of them. I got 3 goose buyouts in gold or yellow, and what this is going to do is going to cover half the body, and the other half is going to remain black, just as a stonefly might appear. So I'm going to drape those over the top. I'm going to get 1 on each side and 1 on the top, and then I'm going to secure those in. And then I'm going to begin wrapping. I'm going to wrap over the middle one. Scratch that. I'm going to wrap over the far one. And then I'm going to grab all 3 coming in the second wrap, creating that first good segment. Do another one, finish. Trying to get even wraps with that wire. Okay. Now I can trim these buyouts out here. Clean that up. Alright, so now I'm going to tie in my back leg. Actually, I'm going to clip this one off real quick. So this is the top one. The other 2 are going to be tails. That one's just going to create the rest of the body. So here's my leg material. I'm going to use MFC Sexy Floss. Good stuff. I'm going to tie a knot, just a little overhand knot, and that's going to give me a 90-degree bend in my leg. You can put some super glue on if you'd like. Keep that where you want it. Keep that knot where you want it. And the other half of this is going to be my second leg, so I'm just going to snip that. I'm going to tie another knot in this same Sexy Floss. Gets a 90-degree bend. I want it pointing down. This one can get a little tricky. And then I'm going to come in here and cut off about an inch later, and this is going to be my last leg. I'll hold that off till the end. So, I've got my legs, they're looking good. I'm going to take some more dubbing. I'm going to dub over the top to clean up the bottom of this body where the white thread's going to be seen. Maybe do 1 or 2 wraps there, making it a little bigger. And then in front of those legs too, to make them stick out pretty good. And then I'm going to grab a piece of this thin skin, mottled brown thin skin. Here's the package if you guys want to see that. Wapsi makes it, good stuff. And I've cut a little strip off. It's about 1 inch long. inch long, but I'm gonna tie it in over top of these legs. And this is gonna give me the shell, the kind of outer shell, top of the fly look. And then I'm gonna fold it back over and cut it about halfway down the first piece of the shell. And I'm gonna put a little more dubbing on, just in time to tie my last two legs here. And this is gonna secure that head in place as well. If you do enough wraps there, it starts to stay in place where you want it. So my last legs, I'm gonna actually figure 8 on here. See that head's still spinning a little bit, but we're going to put some more dubbing on right after we finish these legs. Come behind the legs, get a little bit more dubbing. Come in behind, come in front. And that's going to tighten in that head there. And then we're going to put our last piece of sheath on here. This thin skin on top. We're going to tie it in, give it 3 securing wraps. And then fold it over as well. And give that a trim as well. And you can come in here and trim these little things to size if you want. Give them a little shape. Give that back one a little octagon looking shape. Trying to make it look realistic, right? And then when I whip finish, since I use this white thread, I use white thread about on most of my flies, and then I just take a Copic marker and color my thread a little bit and go in for a whip finish. Tie that down. Maybe do one more for good measure. And you'll never see that thread. It blends right in with that dubbing, and that's the goal.